Alright, so today we're going to be installing this little guy. This is a Harbor Freight boost gauge. And it's like 20 bucks, I think. It's a little cheap one. I just wanted to get one to see how I like it. I might upgrade to electronic eventually. But first step I did, I took out the battery. It's 210 millimeters. And you take off your negative first, and then you take off your positive, and just tuck the positive away so you don't short anything. And what I have done so far is I have ran the boost hose, and I don't know if you can see it from out here. I ran it through this little rubber grommet, and it has its own little side spot that you can run next to the wires. Let's see if you can see it up here. And right there, this little grommet next to the wires, I just use the flathead to poke a hole through it, and then I push the boost wire through there. I'm going to be running it up and under through here, and then up through here, and I'm going to be mounting it on this little vent right here. I'm also going to be making my own gauge pod. If you want to know how to do that, I will be making a separate video on that. And for this panel to go back on without pinching the boost wire, I'm going to be using my drill and putting an indent for that hose on there. And as of right now, it's kind of how far I got. I will pick back up when I get a little farther. Alright, it's a few days later. I had to wait on the boost tap to come in the mail, but what I have done is I have wire loomed the boost hose, give it a little black look and protect it a little bit from the heat. And the sensor that is here, which is this sensor right here, I believe is the boost sensor or maybe the map sensor, but this boost tap will go in between the sensor and where it goes to give it a port, like there. And it has an O-ring on it, so this side would go down and then this side would push into it. And it comes with these little screws also, and I'll leave a link in the description for where I got it from. And just gotta install this onto there now. It's a little hard to do one-handed. Okay, and then once we get that in there all the way, take the screws that it came with, go ahead and put those in. Yeah, go ahead and grab a screwdriver. Go ahead and screw those in. And they don't gotta be super tight in there, it's just plastic, but tight enough that it's not gonna go anywhere. noticing now with the one that I bought, it's actually touching. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to take it back off and grind a little bit of that down right there. But for now, I can show you how I ran the wiring. What I've done, I wire loomed the boost hose in here too. Checked a little bit against from heat and everything. And took my drill and put a little indent right there so that when the door closes it'll be fine. And then how I did the wiring here is Volkswagen does not give you fuse name on here or in the owner's manual, so I took my test light and I seen which one would go for ignition only, and it seemed to be these three 7.5 right there that would go with ignition. So I went ahead and went in the first 7.5 right there, and then I ran a wire off of that to extend the ground, and I have the ground put onto this side over here, and I ran it into that bolt right there with the little circular adapter on it, and just screwed that into there. And then I'll get back to you when I have the piece cut and show you hooking everything up. Alright, so what I did was I took my drill and I just put it in between here, moved these, and then just grinded it down a little bit. And then I took my metal file and I just went along it like this for a good minute, shaved it down a little bit, and then I put the boost hose onto the tap right there. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it down onto here. Now that we have that onto there, just make sure the wire loom stays in place. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the sensor and the 2 screws. I'm gonna screw that back into there again. There we go. Go ahead and screw those in. And I also pulled up this line so I didn't risk anything with it. Go ahead and push that back into place. Okay. And now, just gotta plug that back in. Go ahead and start her up and make sure she works. Successful boost gauge install. The wires all ran, and with this Harbor Freight boost gauge, it goes through a couple different colors. It's green, blue, red, teal, yellow, purple, and white. I prefer teal or blue, maybe purple, but now we gotta go ahead and see how much boost she makes. I will probably be doing a drive-by sound video here pretty soon. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and go ahead and comment if you'd like video on any other type of things installed, and I can see what I can do about installing them. Thanks for watching.